Upgrading from Moodle 3.11 to Moodle 4.0. In this video, I will show you how easy it is to upgrade from Moodle 3.11 to Moodle 4.0 from your control panel. Before you decide to upgrade to Moodle 4.0, there are certain prerequisites you need to adhere to. Let me take you through the most important considerations before you upgrade to Moodle 4.0. The first consideration is your server environment. Before you even think about upgrading, make sure your server meets all the requirements for Moodle 4.0. You can check this by going to Site Administration, then clicking on Server, and then clicking on Environment. Once here, you can check. Currently I'm on Moodle 3.11.6. Click the drop-down list and click on Moodle 4.0 and upwards. This will show you if your server meets all the requirements for upgrading. This feature of Moodle will check how your server suits your current and your future installation requirements. Make sure that your status is okay for all the components within this list. The most important component here is your PHP version. Make sure that it's 7.3 and upwards. As you can see from my list, my server meets all the requirements needed for an upwards upgrade. The second important requirement is our database. Moodle supports the following database servers. It's recommended that you run the latest version of any database software. So make sure that your database are either on the minimum version or the latest recommended version. The third and the most important requirement before you do any updates or upgrades is backup. You need to back up your Moodle code, that is your Moodle software. You need to back up your Moodle data folder, and you need to back up your Moodle database. Let me show you how to back up each of these components. To find out where all these components are on your server, go to your control panel, click on File Manager, go to your Moodle installation folder. Since this is my folder, go to your config.php file, click on Edit, and click on Edit again. You'll see my database type is a Maria database. It shows me the database name, and it also shows me all the information pertaining to my root directory, and this is where my Moodle installation sits, as well as my data root. Once I have all this information, I can go back to my control panel. I can scroll down and click on PHP My Admin. Now that I know my database name, and this is my database, I click on my database. I go to Export. I make sure I click either select Quick, display only the minimal options, or I can choose a custom backup. Since I'll be using this one, the quick one, I leave it on SQL and I click on Go, and this will back up my database tables. It will download to my computer. I go back to my control panel. I click on File Manager. I go to my Moodle installation. Since I know this is my Moodle installation, I right click on this folder and click on Compress, or I select this folder and click on Compress in my top bar. Once I click on compress, it will ask me what type of compression do I need. I select zip and then I click on compress files. This will compress my Moodle installation or my Moodle software. And depending on the size of your Moodle site, this will take quite some time. Once it's compressed, I download the compressed file. If you scroll down, you'll see the compressed file. There's my compressed file. Now I can download this to my computer by clicking on it and clicking on download. And this will also download to my computer. Once done, I scroll up. And now that I know my Moodle data folder is called Moodle Data Training, this is my Moodle data folder. I right click on this and I click on compress, and this will compress my Moodle data folder. I compress it. And that's done. You can scroll down and download that compressed file or folder. Also download that. So now I have my database, I have my Moodle software or my Moodle code, and then I'll have my Moodle data folder. And these are the three components you need to back up. If everything goes wrong with your upgrade, you can restore it easily from these three backups. You can also do a backup within your control panel by going to your control panel, and under files you'll see backup or backup wizard. By clicking on backup wizard, you can do a complete backup of your whole site by specifying what files you want to backup. Or if you go back, you can click on backup within the files section. Then you can specify which database you want to backup. If I click on my specific database, I can click on it and it will download that backup to my computer. I can also click on download a full backup of my account. So these are the different options to use when you want to backup your three different folders, your Moodle software or your Moodle code, your Moodle data folder, as well as your Moodle database connected to your Moodle site. And all those information you will find in your config.php file. The next important requirement is your Moodle plugins. It's important that all your plugins are updated before you do your upgrade. Or if automatic upgrade or automatic plugins update is enabled, your Moodle installation will automatically update those plugins. So click on Site Administration, go to Server, and click on Update Notification. Make sure that this box is checked for automatically check for available updates, and it will notify you when updates are available. Now go back to Site Administration, click on Plugins, and click on Plugins Overview. Click on Additional Plugins and make sure that all your plugins are up to date. If you have a theme that you've purchased, please get in contact with the theme developers and ask them for the latest version of your theme before you do your upgrade. The next prerequisite is putting your site into maintenance mode. Putting your Moodle site into maintenance mode before you start the upgrade process is extremely important, since then no user can access your Moodle site whilst you're doing the upgrade. So click on Site Administration, click on Server, and then under Server click on Maintenance Mode. Make sure that maintenance mode is enabled, and you can also type in a message for users who wants to log in. Click on Save Changes. And now when you log out, you'll see your site is in maintenance mode. So there our message appear. Site administrators can now click on your site's URL / and login to log into your Moodle site. Once you've met all the 5 prerequisites, you are now ready to upgrade your Moodle installation. Go to your control panel, scroll down to where you see Software. In the Software section, click on Softacular's Apps Installer. In the toolbar, go to All Installations. And here you'll see all your Moodle installations as well as your WordPress installations. Now this is my URL or my site, training.elearningportal.education, and I want to upgrade this to Moodle 4.0. You'll see here the current version is 3.11.6, and now I can click on Upgrade to version 4.0.1, or I can upgrade to 3.11.7. I click on the arrows, and now it asks me, this is my URL, this is my path, and now I need to select the version I want to upgrade to. Now, if I click on the drop-down list, I can either go to 3.11.7 or I can go directly to 4.0.1. So I'll leave it on 4.0.1, and now it asks me create a backup. I can also do a backup from here by selecting this tick box. And it's important that before you do the upgrade that you need to back up those 3 components. Your Moodle core installation or your Moodle code, your Moodle data folder, as well as your Moodle database. It asks you now to do a full backup, and I suggest you leave it on full backup. Leave it on this option, and once you're happy with every setting here, click on Upgrade. It will now create a backup as well as upgrade your Moodle database. If there's an error, it will provide you with a detailed message with that error. It says here, please make sure all your plugins extensions in the existing installation are compatible with 4.0.1 version before attempting upgrade. Make a tick box there, and I'll click on Upgrade. Once it's done, you will see this message pop up. You can click on OK and go back to your Moodle site. Once here, you can click on Site Administration, and immediately it will ask me for an upgrade key, and this is just a security measure. Okay, you can do this in your config.php file where you can have an upgrade key so that no one else except you or the admin can install plugins or can upgrade your Moodle database. And I'll create a video on this, how to add the upgrade key. Now it asks me, upgrading Moodle database from version 3.11 to 4.0.1. Am I sure I want to upgrade? I click on continue. It will now take me through my server environment. It says here my server environment meets all the minimum requirements. I click on continue. It shows me all the plugins that will be upgraded to the new version. I can go through the list, and this is basically all the core plugins that will be upgraded to Moodle 4.0.1. You can scroll down and then click on Upgrade my Moodle database now. We'll then go through the upgrade process. Once it's done, you can click on Continue. It will now log you out. You can log back in. Okay, once here, you can scroll down and click on Save Changes. You can add a support email. Click on Save Changes. Click on Continue. And now we're on Moodle 4.0.1. If you see these messages here, this is just debugging that's turned on. So you can easily turn this off by going to Site Administration, Development, click on Debugging, and then select on No Messages. Click on Save, click on Continue, and you'll see that it disappears. Okay, so let's go and install a Moodle theme so that it looks more. If you click on Home now, it looks funny. So let's install a Moodle theme by going to the Moodle plugins directory. Scroll down and click on Plugins, and let's go to Themes. Click on Search, and let's install a theme that's more compatible with Moodle 4.0. I'll install the adaptable theme, and I'll make sure that it's 4.0 compatible. I'll click on Versions, and I'll download the 4.0 version since we've just upgraded to 4.0. I'll go back to my Moodle installation. I'll click on Site Administration. I click on Plugins and then Install Plugins. I'll drag the downloaded zipped file to my file upload box. I'll click on Install Plugin from the zipped file. Click on Continue. It will ask me for my key again. My server meets the minimum requirements. I click on Continue. Click on Upgrade to Moodle database now. Click on Continue. And I'll leave everything as is for now. Scroll down and click on Save Changes. Here again, scroll down and click on Save Changes. Okay, so now it's installed. Let's go and change our default theme by clicking on Site Administration, Appearance, and then scrolling down and clicking Theme Selector. Then we will change the current theme and select our Use Adaptable. Okay, so now this is our new theme. I'll scroll down and click on Continue. And this is our new theme, and now we can start customizing our new theme. Okay. This is all for now. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for further videos on my channel.